From her very first album back in 1971, Bonnie Raitt never chased stardom. She chased soul. Music for her was a passion, a refuge. She taught herself to play by listening to the radio, picking up everything from Joan Baez to old blues legends. Over the years, she became a slide guitar icon, a velvet-voiced powerhouse, and a woman who earned her place in a male-dominated world not through scandal, but through sheer artistry and resilience. But today, Bonnie Raitt did something she's never done before. She named names. For the first time in her career, Bonnie opened up about 6 musicians she's quietly clashed with, avoided, or even resented. This isn't about gossip. This is about truth, the kind of truth Bonnie Raitt has always poured into her music. And each name she mentioned carries with it a moment, a wound, and a story she never wanted to tell. Until now. First up, Eric Clapton. There was a time Bonnie admired him. In the 70s, she saw him as a peer, a bluesman with fire in his fingers and soul in his sound. But behind the legend, she says, was something colder. In private, Clapton didn't just ignore her, he diminished her. He interrupted her, talked over her in interviews, hijacked their shared stage time, and once told a mutual friend that Bonnie was too polite to be real blues. That wasn't just an insult, it was erasure. She wasn't screaming enough. She wasn't male enough. She wasn't him. Over time, Bonnie stopped sharing space with Clapton. Not out of fear, but choice. They haven't spoken in over 20 years. And she's just fine with that. Next was John Mayer, a disappointment that stung even deeper. When Mayer first hit the blues scene, Bonnie saw promise. She extended a hand, offering support and mentorship. But what she got back was ego. During a joint performance at a festival, Mayer took the stage like it was his alone. He ignored Bonnie's. Cues stole the spotlight, then vanished without so much as a thank you. The next morning, he told Rolling Stone the set had dragged. For Bonnie, that wasn't just disrespect, it was betrayal. That was the last time she ever invited him to share a stage. Then came Don Henley, a name Bonnie once respected for. His work with the Eagles. But that respect crumbled fast. During rehearsals for a benefit concert, Henley cut her off mid-sentence, dismissed her ideas, and smirked as he told her, "You should smile more on stage. It softens you." The kind of condescending line he would never say to Bruce Springsteen or Tom Petty. For Bonnie, that wasn't just offensive. It was revealing. He didn't see her as an equal. He didn't even see her at all. The next name hurt in a different way. Ted Nugent. They shared a charity stage in the early 90s, what was supposed to be a night about unity and music. But Nugent turned it into a political soapbox, ranting about guns and government, while Bonnie stood backstage in disbelief. She'd been tricked into lending her voice to a message she didn't believe in. After 2 shows, she walked away. Nugent, in turn, mocked her publicly and called her too sensitive. But Bonnie didn't break. She didn't respond. She simply never looked back. One of the most painful memories came from someone she once admired deeply, Van Morrison. His music had once been a comfort for Bonnie, filling hotel rooms on lonely nights. But the man behind the voice? Cold. They were booked for a joint show in London. Morrison refused to speak to her, wouldn't share sound check, and told her manager. She was fine for the opening act. She didn't retaliate. She just stepped on stage and gave a performance that shook the room. The crowd chose her, and Morrison watched it happen. And finally, Kid Rock. Not a disappointment in talent, but in values. When they shared a festival lineup in 2005, Bonnie requested a separate dressing room, not for fame, but for peace. She'd already seen how he behaved. Crude jokes, barking at the crew, treating women like props. After her set, he leaned over to a promoter and sneered, "Is she always that serious?" Bonnie didn't reply. She packed up, left, and made sure never to share a stage with him again. These aren't just stories, they're scars. Moments where Bonnie's artistry was dismissed, her voice diminished, her presence erased, even with Grammys in her hands. And crowds cheering her name, she was still told to smile more, to soften up, to know her place. But Bonnie never played by those rules, and she's done being silent. Today, she didn't speak out for revenge. She spoke for reckoning. Because in Bonnie Raitt's world, truth has always mattered more than applause. And while others chased the spotlight, Bonnie carved her path with a guitar in one hand and grit in the other. Thanks for watching Starloop News, where we bring you the stories behind the spotlight. If you found this story powerful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a beat in the world of music legends and untold truths. Let us know in the comments. Which name surprised you most? Until next time, keep your ears open and your heart tuned in.